Hello, it's HS0011 and I'm going to be doing my first ever wig review. Now this is a synthetic lace front wig by Heahair.com. Heahair or Heahair is H-E-A hair. Heahair. This one is labelled on their website as the Heahair New Fashion Silver Long Hand-Tied Synthetic Lace Front Wig Halloween HS0011. Now, it's a long mouthful for a name. They could do better with their names, but that is the name of it on their website, and I'll leave the link to that down in the description below. The names could do a little bit of work on the website, but this is the one that is there in the listing. And it says on the thing that it's 24 inches. I actually think this is about 28 when you pull it out, because this wig is long and this wig is thick, really thick. Now I will show you some close-ups of the wig right now and we'll talk about how it's made. This is a wig straight out the bag. I've not done anything to it. I've not even cut the lace yet, and as you can see, it is really long. It just keeps going and going and going. It says on the website this is 24 inches, but I'd say it's probably about 28 inches when you pull the curls out. Obviously when it's curled it's going to be slightly higher. It's going to be a bit shorter, not higher. But when it's like that, it's going to be about 24 inches, but when it's pulled out and straightened, it's about 28. It is really long. Now, I like the fact that it has this power mesh inside the wig. Some have that, some don't, but it's just kind of like something that I prefer, because sometimes you can get hair start to come through when it's literally just the wefts, but I really like having that power mesh inside. Now it does have 3 combs. It has one at the front there, right at the top, to anchor it to the top of the head, and it has one on the side, each side as well. Now I really like that these are quite low down to the side of the head. Some lace fronts have them and they're a little bit higher up, more to where this is here, and that will help to anchor it to the front of the head, but you don't really have much to the sides, so that really helps to anchor it in and it doesn't make it move. So I like having them that little bit lower down. Sometimes I'll even go in and I'll stitch one at the bottom here so that I have the anchor at the back of the head so the hair's not going to flip forward. Now I like the fact that the hairline is really thinned out as it gets to the front of the hair on the lace. Now, some lace front wigs are quite harsh when they go round, and they're just kind of like really stark and they look really fake. This blends in and fades to be thinner as it gets to the hairline. Usually with lace fronts, I go in and I pluck a few hairs out just to make them look a little bit more thinned out like this and realistic, but this wig already has that on the top of the lace. Now the only bad thing I'll say is this lace is quite dark, and it is a little bit darker than my skin tone, so I can rectify that just by cutting it all the way up to the hairline. It's not too much of a problem, but I usually do like to leave a little bit of lace around this edge here. But I'm going to go and try this on. I'm going to cut the lace off camera. I did make a video about cutting lace on lace front wigs. If you want to go check that out, there'll be a little link up there. So go and check that video out if you want to see how I do cut the lace. I've just thrown the wig on and I'm obviously not in full face, so it might look a little bit weird or a little bit elven. Hopefully we can hope that I look like an elf. I mentioned the lace is quite dark, but I am very pale, so anything that doesn't match me is going to show up. Like it's going to be hard to find a true match to my kind of skin tone anyway, because I am very light. But the one thing that I want to check straight away, make sure it's centered. You want to make sure that it's centered in the center of your hair first. You've got the kind of like hairline where you want it. The one thing I want to check is that it goes all the way from ear to ear, and on me it does. It goes all the way there, and if I just pull the lace out, it goes all the way there as well. So that is great. It covers up all of my natural hair, and I really like the hairline on this wig. Some wigs are a little bit too harsh and they're kind of just like a uniform U. Some do come with widow's peaks in the front, but I kind of have a love-hate relationship with them. They can make it look more realistic, and then some of them can just look a bit fake. They can just look like there's these odd hairs sticking out there. It depends on the way that the hair is ventilated into the lace, but this I really like. And as I mentioned, I love that it thins out as it comes to the hairline. Some do, but a lot of lace fronts I have to go in and pluck some out just to make it look a little bit more realistic. But this automatically thins out, and I love this hairline on there. It's unlike my other one, which kind of squares off here, but it's just basically like a blunt like arc around the head. This has got like a wider widow's peak. It's not like one of those little tiny ones. I really like the hairline on it. Now, the lace is a little bit visible, but the only way I can solve that problem, and it's kind of like a minor thing, you do get it with some wigs, the way that I can solve that problem is just cutting it right up to the hairline. Usually I do like to leave a little bit more lace to work with, but in this instance I'm just going to do that, which is my only real kind of con about it. The lace is quite visible. When it comes to the hair, this wig is thick. I'd probably say this wig is about 150-175% density. It doesn't mention it on their website, I don't believe. Let me just check. I don't think it mentions how thick that is, but this is a really, really thick wig. That might just be because of the curl, the way it's set into the wig, but I don't know, like even if this was straightened out, it is like a lot of hair. There's a lot of hair in this wig, and it is extremely long. Now, one thing that you definitely want to invest in if you have got a curly wig is a tangle teaser, because otherwise you're just going to knot it up. And the true test is if these, no they don't, the true test is if these start to go all kind of like knotted and matted. With curly wigs that can happen, and when a wig is long like this, you are going to get some of that in the back of the neck after wearing it for a long period of time. That's basically just what happens. Now, I'm not going to cut the lace on this wig just yet, because I may be doing a little bit of styling to it, but I wanted to show you guys how this wig was literally straight out of the pack. The other thing that they do include in the pack, which I thought was really, really good, is they actually included the actual stocking caps. Most wigs usually come with these kind of horrible net things, and I absolutely hate these net stocking head bullshit. Bit. I hate net wig caps. They just are too tight on the head, and after a while, I don't know whether it's because I've got a very big head, but they kind of like constrict your head and give you a headache after a while, whereas the stocking ones like these are my favourite wig caps, and they are so much better and more comfortable to wear. So the fact that it comes with 2 of them in the pack is a great thing. I really like that, because it shows that they've invested just a little bit more money into it, because they are a bit more expensive than those fishnet ones. So that is a good thing to have in there, which I really appreciate that kind of thing. It goes with the whole kind of package. You don't have to purchase anything else. So I like the fact that they included the more luxury style wig caps. Now I'm just going to come a little bit closer so you can see a little bit more of a close-up of the hair itself. Now I am going to leave the lace on there just because I want to have some more like leeway to play around with styling it, so I can pin it to a head block. So sorry you can't see like the full effect of how this would look, but you can see the way that the hair is ventilated into it, and you can see that it fits really nicely. So just ignore the lace for now. But in true queen of wig reviews on YouTube, Mars J Fashion, I am going to rate this up to 5 stars. Now it would feel weird if I didn't do that, because I watched so many wig reviews by Miles, so I'm gonna have to steal that for my wig reviews as well and rate this to a 5 stars. Now, for me, being as the lace is a little bit off, I will rate this wig, as that's really my only con, to a 4.5 stars out of 5. So I want to say thank you to Heahair for sending me this wig. If you want to go and check them out, all of their links are going to be down in the description below. If you did enjoy this video, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, bye bye.